Do you easily feel overwhelmed in life and you're suspecting that you're an empath? When I found out that I'm an empath, it felt like such a great relief because it meant I wasn't crazy and that there's others like me. Today I will go over what an empath is and 5 signs that you are an empath. And if you have 3 or more of these signs, then you're very likely an empath. Make sure to stay until the very end where I will share what the mission is in this lifetime for you as an empath. So firstly, what is an empath exactly? Empaths are individuals who are highly attuned to the emotions and energy of others. They often feel and absorb the emotions and vibrations of people around them. While everyone may experience empathy to some degree, empaths tend to have a heightened sensitivity to it. Now, it may sound like a curse. Yeah, for me, it sure have felt like a curse, especially in early life. And you might feel like you want to get rid of it, but trust me, being an empath is a superpower. Just like in the X-Men movies, you just need to learn how to use it so you don't get overwhelmed. Repeat after me in the comments. Being sensitive is my superpower. Without further ado, here are 5 powerful signs that you are an empath. The first sign is that you are very sensitive to others' emotions. You can easily pick up on subtle changes in someone's mood or energy, even when those changes are not expressed. For example, yesterday, I was feeling a bit in a bad mood. My boyfriend has been sick a long time, but he was feeling better lately. And he wanted a snack every hour or so. And I got a little bit fed up because my boyfriend was walking around in the kitchen and he could have easily made a snack for himself, but he wanted me to do it. So I was just walking around happy, but he could sense that little annoyance in me without me expressing it, saying it to him. He was like, what's wrong? Like, is something going on? So that's an example of an empath. I didn't tell him that I was annoyed, but he still picked up on it. The second sign is related to the first one, and then that is that you absorb people's energies like a sponge. For example, if you are with someone who is sad or anxious, you might actually start to feel those same emotions, and sometimes even intensely. I can feel this sometimes walking into a shop, that some shops I can feel like a darker energy, sometimes like a really beautiful light energy. And when I go to the city, oh boy, do I get overwhelmed, because then you have so many emotions swirling around that you can become really drained. The third sign that you are an empath is that you have a very good intuition. You can feel or know things about people or situations without any logical explanation. And this intuition can guide you in making decisions or understanding the feelings of others. Sign number 4 that you're an empath is that you need a shit ton of alone time. You need time to recharge your battery and process your emotions. So being in social groups, let's say mingling or a bar or a club, makes you really drained. Sign number 5 is that you feel a deep connection with animals and with nature. You find peace in nature and a strong bond with animals. And this is because empaths are more in tune with non-human energies. These were all the signs I was going to say, but then I just realized a 6th sign that I think people should really know about, and that is people-pleasing tendency. And this has been a lifetime struggle for me because I can feel the emotion of the other person. I do everything I can to avoid conflict. For example, if I was dating somebody and I didn't see a future with them, I would just text them. Or if we hadn't been dating for a long time, even just cut contact, instead of having a heart-to-heart conversation, which they deserve. This is one of the few regrets I have in this lifetime, that I would avoid conflict to such a degree that I would actually hurt people. Another example of people pleasing that I've had as an empath is when talking, I would not bring up something if I knew that the other person wouldn't agree. Or if I disagreed with somebody, I wouldn't tell them. I would still say that I agree. This meant that everybody liked me because nobody got triggered around me, but it was also hard for me to make friends because I never showed the real me. This people-pleasing tendency also showed up in school, where I was terrified of getting bad grades. I thought I was just ambitious, but looking back, I think it was more that I just wanted the teachers to like me and not look down on me. So the first step is always awareness. Now that you know what it means to be an empath, you can do something about it. so that you can turn this into a superpower instead of an obstacle. So think about where you often feel drained. If it is going into malls to go shopping, then perhaps do your shopping online. You can even buy groceries online nowadays. I love it. Or it can be bigger life changes, like with me, how I used to live in a studio apartment in a big city and I moved to the countryside. And since empaths love nature and animals, think about how can you get in touch with nature and animals, preferably daily. You can volunteer with animals, get a pet, go on nature walks every day, go hiking every weekend. I get my share of nature by going on a forest walk every single day, and I take off my shoes to get a bit of grounding in as well. Now, what is the mission of empaths? Why are empaths here on Earth? Earlier today, I watched an interview on Beyond Belief on Gaia. It was with Lee Harris, who you probably know about. He's a super famous energy reader on YouTube. And he says that the mission of empaths is to alleviate suffering, whether animals or humans. And this is why many empaths become healers. I really recommend this interview. I think it's 1 hour long, and there you can really get a deep dive into what it means to be an empath and how to turn it into your superpower. I've left a link to the Gaia episode in the description. Gaia is basically a spiritual Netflix. So they have over 8,000 spiritual documentaries, original shows, classes like yoga and Pilates, Tai Chi classes, and films. So I highly recommend for my fellow empaths, and let me know in the comments what you thought of his interview. Now, do you think you're an empath? Which of these signs resonated for you? Let me know below, and love you so much. Have a beautiful day.